Have you ever been at one of them?
I walked by a room. I seen somebody bent over like a shotgun and somebody.
That was Eddie Griffin describing what he allegedly experienced at Diddy's parties. But that's not all.
These labels, they crunch the numbers. They figure out what works, what brings them money, what doesn't. Rappers getting locked up, and rappers dying.
Sean Love Combs, as his name suggests, appears to be excessively loving, especially towards young rappers in Hollywood.
This rapper and him, they all in the...
As we are aware, Diddy is facing multiple lawsuits. These lawsuits represent only a fraction of the courageous individuals who have spoken out against the injustice and illegal activities allegedly perpetrated by Diddy in Hollywood.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is facing new allegations of sexual assault. This time, a woman claims the rapper assaulted her in New York City back in 1991.
The claim is that many others remain silent, possibly due to coercion, and one day, news surfaces of their mysterious demise.
Puffy can give him a mother star, and every rat in the world said he didn't want Tupac. Yeah, I had him.
Many people in the industry believe that Diddy has also performed rituals aimed at granting him unlimited power and control over his life, potentially at the expense of his morality and ethics. Wherever there's an accident, one name that consistently arises in connection to the incident is Diddy. Take Tupac's death, for example. A while ago, Keefe D. Davis was arrested in connection to the M of the late rapper Tupac. Apparently, authorities didn't believe he pulled the trigger. They believed he was the one calling the shots for the group involved. Since his arrest, there's been a lot of online chatter about who actually ordered Tupac's M, with many fingers pointing at Diddy. Yes, P. Diddy, Puffy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. This speculation stems from interviews where Keefe D has mentioned Diddy. However, Pax stepped forward to weigh in on this theory, and what he says might catch you off guard. In an interview with The Art of Dialogue, Mopreme Shakur said, "The boy Puffy called me though. Puff called me back in the day. He was like, I just want you to know I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's M.E. I know who you are, but we never met, and I just want to call you man to man and let you know that I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's death," he continued. Now, why was he reaching out to me? It was in the early 2000s. LA Times had just dropped an article in the newspaper implicating him as well. I told him I appreciate the call, but the truth has yet to come out, so we gon' see. Whether Diddy's call was genuine truth-telling or merely an attempt to clear his conscience, Mopreme remains uncertain. However, he also said, this individual, Keefe D, mentioned Diddy's name. Law enforcement has a job to do. Will they do it? It does feel like Pac is being vindicated because back in them days when things were going down, everybody thought he was crazy. He may have not expressed it properly, but that don't mean he was wrong. You dig? So we'll see. Now, isn't this a mystery? Keefe D dropped Diddy's name in the Tupac saga, but didn't spill all the tea. Makes you wonder, was he scared of Diddy's clout? And get this, many folks reckon the cops are shielding Diddy, keeping him in a cozy bubble. Makes you think, doesn't it? But wait, that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Diddy's legal troubles. There's a whole lot more juicy details waiting to be uncovered. Let's go back to 1991, where during a charity event endorsed by Diddy, a stampede tragically claimed 9 lives. During a baseball charity event in a Harlem basement gymnasium, chaos erupted when an eager crowd surged forward to catch a glimpse of celebrities. The event was organized by a then unknown promoter named Puff Daddy, who we now know as Diddy. Tragedy struck as 9 people lost their lives and at least 29 others were injured. The crowd's impatience led to a stampede as they attempted to enter the City College gym, where stars like Boyz II Men, Run DMC, Jodeci, Heavy D, and Big Daddy Kane were playing. The gym could only hold 2,700 people. However, over 5,000 people came hoping to get one of the 1,200 tickets being sold at the door for $20 each. There were 2 lines, one for people who already had tickets and another for those buying them at the door. They went through the lobby and downstairs to the gym, but only one door was open for checking tickets and security. As the game's start time neared and people got impatient, fights broke out. By 7 p.m., with the game still not starting and the bleachers filling up, things got tense. When organizers decided to close the entrance doors, it led to chaos. People outside rushed to get in, causing a big mess. They pushed others through windows, knocked some down the stairs, and caused a lot of confusion near the gym doors. At the bottom of the stairs, the person collecting tickets saw the chaos unfolding as people fought to get inside. They got up, went into the gym, and shut the door, which only opened outward. The crowd at the bottom of the stairs had no escape and got pushed against the doors by those at the top who kept moving forward. People were injured, trampled, fainting, or both, scattered across the bottom of the stairs. According to the Washington Post, shockingly, the basketball game was still ongoing. When the gym doors finally opened, witnesses inside described the scene as people being squeezed against the walls, packed in tightly like sardines. They reported, when the doors to the gym finally opened, those inside said people had been pressed up against the walls, packed in like sardines. Gene Deal, one of Diddy's former bodyguards, explained that he had warned Diddy about the overcrowded entrance, but he seemed indifferent to the risks. He said,
I told Puff right then and there, I say, Puff, if they don't do a boxing one outside and get these kids off the door, somebody gonna die tonight. He said, Gene, don't worry about that. You just handle the stars once they come inside.
As Gene Deal has said, Diddy showed no concern whatsoever for anyone present. According to sources, there was a party planner, Jessica Rosenblum, who was handling the event's finances. Witnesses saw her take the money box and then shut the door behind her. Jessica Rosenblum, known for organizing top-notch parties back in the day, especially for Diddy, is rumored to have connections with secret societies. Another party promoter, Maria Davis, mentioned how Russell Simmons and Diddy utilized Jessica. Maria's quote, "They used her and God used me," suggests that Jessica was associated with the elites. Many people believed that it wouldn't have happened if Diddy had been careful. However, rumors have been swirling around that it seemed planned and was orchestrated to benefit someone in power. That's the game plan, and it seems Diddy was all in. Many people have given credence to these rumors, as such occurrences are not uncommon in Hollywood as a means to gain power. However, this didn't just happen once. It seems like there's a side that we don't know about yet. Gene Deal revealed some strange rituals involving Diddy and Kim Porter. It's interesting because Kim's birthday was the same day Diddy had a big party, but there's more to it than just a birthday bash.
Gave his birthday party on her birthday, but it was bigger than that, and people don't understand that. And I think that he had almost told off on himself.
Gene hinted at something big when he talked about the Winter and the Winter Associates. Folks into spiritual stuff and cults looked for a special moon on December 12th at midnight. They believed it marked a significant change in seasons and did some activities then. On the third day, they'd celebrate and do some unusual things, like having same-sex encounters.
People who believe in the cult was looking for that moon on 12/12 at 12 a.m. And they were doing at that time.
It's quite curious to notice the behavior of Diddy around young rappers while attending Diddy's parties. Take Meek Mill, for instance. There's a clip circulating of Diddy calling Meek Mill daddy, and Meek Mill looks visibly uncomfortable with the way Diddy says it.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Diddy's way of making money has been criticized, especially how he handled the careers of artists signed to Bad Boy Records. Many of these artists, like Craig Mack and Maze, ended up with lousy record deals that made it hard for them to earn a decent living from their music. Despite Diddy championing black excellence and representation, it seems like a case of double standards. It appears he prioritized his own interests over those of the artists he signed. Even when some artists managed to break free from their contracts, Diddy still held onto most of their music rights. This meant that even if their music was used in movies, TV shows, or commercials, Diddy would pocket most of the earnings. Many find it even more suspicious as some believe Diddy G'd young artists like Usher and Justin Bieber. Diddy once mentioned how he and Usher used to play fight and wrestle for Frosted Flakes in bed. Now, if Usher was sent to Diddy at such a young age to be coached, isn't it odd that he would be wrestling with children over Frosted Flakes? It raises questions about why Usher and even Justin Bieber were sent to Diddy at such a young age. Diddy, Diddy created a strangely named camp called Puff's Flavor Camp, sparking rumors about Giying. This camp was where young aspiring music stars would live with Diddy for a few months to experience the life of a rapper. They'd eat, sleep, and live with Diddy, seemingly harmless, right? Well, both Usher and Justin Bieber were students at Diddy's Flavor Camp, experiencing life behind closed doors with Diddy when they were just 15.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
In a Howard Stern interview, Usher described some curious things he witnessed behind closed doors while living with Diddy.
Went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know to indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was wild.
You may be curious about where Usher's parents were during all this and what kind of activities Usher witnessed at such a young age. Likewise, Justin Bieber spent 48 hours with Diddy, who mentioned that they'd be doing things that couldn't be shared.
You know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose.
Now, considering all these unusual occurrences inside Diddy's house, what was so secretive about his house parties with Justin that he couldn't disclose what they'd be doing? This raises questions about whether Diddy G'd Justin and Usher at such a young age. And now that you've seen some of the things Diddy does, what about people from his inner circle who have been inside his secret parties? What secret things have they witnessed? Unfortunately, information about what goes on at these parties has only surfaced slowly. However, many of those who were there, including young rappers like Usher and Justin Bieber, have chosen to stay silent. This has created even more speculation to find out what's really going on. For example, Cat Williams has stirred up speculation by revealing insider information about what's happening in Hollywood. He even singled out Diddy. Cat said, "I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. 'Cause P, Diddy be wanting to party and you gotta tell him no. You gotta tell him no." Cat also talked about Hollywood, referring to the industry as Satan. He said, "Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his own people." He also provided insights into how individuals in the industry are paid hush money to keep quiet and avoid exposing others. This seems to be the case with young artists staying silent about Diddy and not revealing the whole truth because they're being paid off. Take Cassie's case, for example. She spoke out against Diddy, but within days, the issue was settled, and Diddy paid Cassie a significant amount of money. However, by then, it was too late, as the truth about what was happening in the industry had already been revealed to the public. A user said, "I firmly believe that once you achieve a certain level of power, you have to constantly keep breaking moral barriers to continue to chase the high you had when you first became famous." That's it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching.